like for example, a pickaxe or something that they can pull themselves out of the water, have appropriate gear on, have people know where you are and when you're expected to be home or at a different location. It's better to be, with two people than alone, but let's take some precautions. I think we've responded to 6 and 7 days or thereabouts out on the lakes, rescues of either people or animals. Sadly, we've had, a family dog perish that went through the ice, and it became a recovery, and they were able to get the dog back to give the family closure. But, that's not what you want when you go out for a nice day, for a walk or on a snowmobile or whatever the case may be. You don't want to end up being in danger, or worse yet, having someone in your family die or a pet die. So please, please, please exercise caution. So my little rant on safety is over, but I really encourage people, please be safe. If something happens, we're amazed and proud of our search and rescue team, and they have the tools, the gear, the equipment, the hovercraft and things where they can drive across a parking lot, across ice, across open water to get to that scene. If you see someone on the lake in trouble, call 911 first. And if you can't hold yourself back from going out on the lake, think about doing it maybe in a rowboat or some kind of boat where you can slide yourself across the ice. So if something gives way, you're in a safe environment. Have something throwable. Do it in a form and fashion. If you just walk out towards where they are, there's a good possibility you may end up in the water yourself. And that doesn't help anybody. And thankfully, because of what happened in this situation with Wade, it was quick and timely, his response, because hypothermia sets in, and then you start to lose dexterity in your fingers. And even if you have equipment, you may not be able to manipulate it to get it out, or even grab something if they throw it to you. So it happens very quickly. It's not like the movies. So with that done, I would like to ask Mr. Wines to come up and in person, thank you for stepping up.
Thank you.
And providing the activity that you did to save a life. There's a good probability, had that individual been left in the water for any period of time, hypothermia would have set in, and we could have lost somebody. So congratulations and thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Anything you want to say?
Just really grateful for all the appreciation, and no ice is safe ice. So like you said, always be prepared out there, like I was that day, fortunately.
Tell them the gear you had. I was impressed.
Yeah, so I had a striker ice fishing suit on, which has some buoyancy, and I had ice spikes around my neck that every ice fisherman or people recreating on the ice should have, in my opinion. I just went out and bought 4 pairs because we lost my pair that day.
Can you walk us through what happened?
Yeah, I just finished ice fishing, and they wanted my children wanted to go ice skating. So we have a skating rink that we kind of build every year, and we had some fresh snow Saturday evening, and I think that's probably what covered that bad spot of ice to begin with. And I was just clearing off the ice rink, and I looked up. I heard the snowmobile rev, and when I looked, he was kind of straight up in the air, going down. So I just took off running, got my phone out of my bibs, and called 911 on the way over. Was able to get, sprawl out and get those ice spikes in his hands so he could at least hang on to the ice. And my neighbor Jim actually came out and threw a rope to me, and I was able to get that around him, and that's how we were able to actually pull Adam out of the water.
So the important part is he had the right equipment. He ran to help, which is amazing, but he ran with the right equipment. If somebody just saw it and ran there well-intentioned, they could have gone in and made things worse. He had the suit, he had the spikes, he had the things that I talked about before he stood up. So good on him on 2 counts, being prepared and doing the right thing and saving a life.
Yeah, for sure.
Wade, you seem to have been prepared for this. What do you do for a living, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm a physician assistant for orthopedic surgery at Henry Ford.
In the medical field?
Yeah.
When you heard that revving and saw that snowmobile going down, what was the first thing going through your mind?
In retrospect, I don't know. I heard him yell help, and I just seemed to kind of kick in action. I surprised myself, to be honest with you. But I mean, the ice was cracking and things, and so afterwards, you know, it was pretty emotional thinking, you know, I put myself in danger going out there. But I'm just glad it had a good conclusion.
I'm sure the family's pretty proud, but they were probably a little concerned
I
too,
think I
right?
was yelling from the deck, don't go any closer. But you didn't hear me, you know, husband selective hearing.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I'm assuming you live on the lake, right?
We do, yeah.
So he's from Holly Village. Actually, we've got Chief Nars from Holly Village here. And, you know, as I said, there's lakes throughout the county. We responded to another snowmobile through the lake in a different community. So we'd like to make this less common and have a safe and fun winter out on the ice. But if you're gonna go out, go with the right equipment, go with the right tools, have people be aware. And the other situation where the person went through the ice on a snowmobile, thankfully, he didn't go as deep fully into the water like this case, and he was able to get to a phone and call for help, but he couldn't get out. He was stuck. So we got lucky in both cases. And in this case, probably lucky because it was so deep that when the guy went through, the snowmobile would have pushed him to the bottom and stuck him if it was shallower. This was deeper. And in the other one, it was shallow and allowed him to get to his phone. So luck strikes twice. Let's not count on a third time.
Do you find more accidents on ice come from people that are on snowmobiles that are going across and can't gauge, or people that are walking on the ice and go where they shouldn't?
You know, obviously, a snowmobile, when you add vehicular weight, it adds the propensity to go through the ice, especially if, you know, the ice thickness varies. And so obviously that's a concern. A lot of people do a lot of diligence before they go out on the ice with their machine, but they may not, obviously, and they cannot know every spot they may drive over unless they physically test it in all those spots. So, you know, that's why our winters have been so up and down lately with the temperature. We haven't had the hard freezes. I mean, I remember when I was a kid and when we had young kids, we had harder freezes. And, you know, you could go out and be confident that you could drive a snow machine or even a four-wheeler out there, set up a shanty. These days, it's a little more dicey, and we encourage people to have a specific path that they're gonna ice fish and know the thickness to get to that and where they're gonna be fishing and what's the thickness there, and have all these things in place before they venture out. And if you take a snowmobile machine, I mean, some of the folks that we've talked to that have gone through, they start trying to do a safety circle first, but still go through because, you know, as they're checking it, it gives way. So it's really cautionary with the temperature fluctuations we've had and the melting. And then you get snow and it insulates the weak ice. And a lot of people don't think about that. They think, well, the snow's on there, it's probably making it more frozen, harder, and it's not. It's keeping the air from getting in direct contact with the ice, and it insulates almost like a blanket.
A couple of questions. Do you know how the gentleman's doing? Is he going to survive and make
Yes.
full recovery?
Yes.
Good. And was there some sort of certificate or something, or recognition? Is there some sort of recognition?
Yes,
What is this?
citizen citation for life saving.
How do you get those?
Well, when we get different, you know, incidents that happen where people step up and make a difference, we've seen it, you know, car accidents and different things. We at the sheriff's office, you know, pull the information, the report on it, and when people have stepped up in a way that more than likely saved a life, we give them a life-saving citizen citation.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Welcome. Thank you.